We're live! Hello, everyone!
Live.
This is us again. Scott Cupper, producer, Ross Compton, writer, Jake Van Kersen, director, Tyler Core, producer. And we again, you know this by now, but we completed our campaign thanks to all of you. Again, we are humbled and we are grateful for everything that you have done and the confidence that you've instilled with us, with your support. So this is your day. We're just here to thank all of you and show you how grateful we are. And so I'm just going to kick it to Jake, who's going to start us off. And so thanks. I'll see you again. I'll be back.
All right. Thank you again, everyone. This was really fun and exciting and everything else. Thank you to Tom Kaufman a few weeks ago for doing the talk with me. Thank you to Stevie Shale, who's going to be playing Penny, for just chatting with Scott and Ross. All these were really great to do. And now let's get into our contributors. First and foremost, thank you so much to Kate and Zach Danielson and the whole Danielson family. You were our first contributors on this campaign, and it really meant a lot. We were standing right here when it came in. And I think this part of the script might have been written in your dining room. Thank you to my dad, Joel Van Kersen. I could get sappy here, but you've always been a huge supporter and encourager of what I'm doing, even if sometimes you're like, wait, what is it? So I really appreciate it, Dad. Thank you to Dan Van Dusen. I would be bold enough to say a brother from an entirely different family, but from the same hometown now. Thank you to my Aunt Debbie, who, again, just can't thank you enough. And we almost lost the light, but it is all okay. Thank you to my uncle, Bruce Van Kersen. Again, you've always been a huge, cool uncle and a huge supporter. Thank you to my sister, Maddie Machek, for your contribution, my youngest sister. And always love trying to make you cry on Christmas, which is something we did. It was a whole bit. Thank you to Brandon and Christina Salisbury. Probably the second most power couple in Hyde Park, behind the Obamas. Thank you to my mom, Nancy Brozick, who is a big part of why I love movies. And why I was the only person in middle school reading Premiere Magazine, because she subscribed to it and has also been a huge supporter. Thank you to Del Shootman. Del, you're awesome, and always love the excitement and energy you have over everything that you do. And it's been really cool to see you become a multi-Emmy winning producer. Thank you to Dan Sturgeon. From the Mona Shores high school days, and always being there to quote Simpsons with me. Thank you also to Megan Michelli. Sorry, that's how Siri pronounces it. Megan McKelly, my sister, and I love you and appreciate all your support. Thank you to Mike Eamon, also known as Biscuits, to those of us that worked at Ed's. And who is a true baller. Thank you to my brother-in-law, Greg Boas. Greg, who has been is a Chicago firefighter and worked in the Park District. So if you lived in Chicago, chances are Greg has been there to help you do something. Thank you to Eric Brenner for your contributions, and as always, again, just an all-around great guy. Thank you to Brian Durant, a fellow artist and a huge supporter of all things nerdy. Really appreciate your support. Thank you to John and Veronica Fowler, who are super cool and super nice and super great. And I could go on and on about you guys, and it would all be super beforehand because you are truly awesome. Thank you to Matt Fry, who I've known forever, and I used to work at the movie theater with, and we worked in the box office. He was a supervisor. I had to do whatever he said, and we had a lot of fun times there. Thank you to Tom Kaufman. I said that already, but also Crystal Kaufman, who was the one that put us over the 80% line. Thank you so much, Crystal.
Woo.
Thank you to Dana Voorhees and Annie. I'm going to mess up your last name if I try to, Annie. Sorry, but thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome, and your support means the world to me. To Lindsay, again, another Ed DeBevics alum. Used to do sketch comedy with her. Super funny, super talented, and we really appreciate it. Thank you to my Aunt Sheila and for her contribution. The whole Van Kersen family has been super supportive, and I really appreciate it. And hopefully better luck next year with the Broncos. Thank you to Andrea Mull, who we all know and we all super appreciate your contribution as well and your help. And now I'm going to throw it over to Ross.
Woo. Let's keep this going. Okay, cool. Jennifer Short, Jenny Short, fellow former Ball Stater, thank you so much for your contribution. Can't wait to walk your dog again. Una O'Leary is her last name. She's a fantastic writer and director. Thank you so much for your contribution. Brittany Vogel, thank you so much. Don't remember how I know you. Whatever, thanks. Just kidding, I remember how I know her. What a horrible thing to say. Carla Boyle, someone who I've known since I was a child. Thank you so much for your contribution. That is amazing. Andrea Latanzio, Drea, thank you so much. I love you for your contribution. We've done tons of shows together, including a hip opera once, long time ago. Laura Jones Macnon, who cast me in a Shakespeare show, which is incredible that happened. Thank you so much for your contribution. I'm excited to do the next show with you. Ryan and Liz Forsyth. Ryan is a childhood friend from Crown Point, Indiana, and he and his wife very generously contributed Hornets for Life. Matthew Stolfi, Matt, I wish we were back in Austin, Texas. No, I don't, because that was an intense shoot and there were a lot of scorpions. In any case, thank you so much for your contribution. Julia Rowley, thank you so much for your contribution. Julia is really into composting. That's my... Whatever, we do composting in our building. We live together in the same building. Anyway, thanks, Julia. Norm Burt. Norm is a great guy. He also contributed. We used to work in a theater together. We were in the trenches in the theater. Really great that he contributed. Jamie, we've done like 3 shows in a row together. Thank you so much for your contribution. Tyler Zanka, I miss you. Where are you? You're in Washington, right? I can't remember. I think you work for baseball in some way. I love you. Thank you for your contribution. Dave and Jules, Dave Camelli, someone who I did theater together. He recently co-wrote and is in a short film called Back Home. Look out for it. It's really good. Also a fellow filmmaker. Filmmakers supporting filmmakers. Thank you so much. Elise Soder, thank you so much for your contribution. You're really good at making prop milkshakes, so good job there. Ian Satterholm, also into composting, also lives in my building, also contributed. Thank you, buddy. William Sidney Parker, another person that I did Shakespeare with or who directed me in Shakespeare. I'm so sorry for that for you, but thank you so much for your contribution. Bailey Castle, she directed the short film that Dave was in, Back Home. Check it out. Thank you so much for your contribution. I just keep talking, aren't I? Jeremy Shea, the other person in that Back Home short film. Support short films, everyone. Thank you for your contribution. Sarah A. Bates, I met you randomly after seeing No Time to Die at the New 400. We talked about James Bond, and for some reason you contributed to our film. How generous. Thank you so much. Michael J. Erickson, a dear friend, went to Ireland with him to do improv, of all things. Great buddy. Thank you for your contribution. Melanie McNulty, another dear friend, another great scene partner, and another filmmaker person. Thank you so much. She also was in a film that we made earlier, which is coming out later this year, called Etude. It's going to be really good. You should watch it. Thank you so much. Evan Jackson, thank you for your contribution. Thank you for putting me in your latest play. It's about King Arthur. It's called The Last Queen of Camelot at Idle Muse. It's going to be real good. They're letting me use a sword in it. It's awesome. Ryan Finn, improv buddy, and really great guy. Thank you so much for your contribution. Henry Birdseye, another person I shot a silly sitcom with in Austin, Texas, and he is the biggest goof and one of the funniest people I know. Bobby Richards, I hate your guts. I hate your guts, Bobby. And I'm going to say it here. I'm going to say it here on this Instagram Live. Don't talk to me. Thank you so much for your contribution, though. That's it. That's it. Thank God I'm done. Scott, go.
I told you I'd be back, and here I am. First off, I would like to thank my mother-in-law, Deb Van Scapen, and Jim. I'm sure he was part of this as well. Thank you so much for contributing. Jennifer Hines. Hi, from Chicago. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful surprise. Love that. My former boss, Terry McDonough. Thank you so much for contributing. Really appreciate that. Just a JCFS fest over here. Amy Langman, who worked with at JCFS as well. Thank you so much. Anthea Bem. She's Australian. I did a project with her in which I went from speaking Ferris Bueller into Theodore Adorno and then back again at the end of the whole thing. It was crazy. It was insane. She is a true artist and she contributed, and I really appreciate that. It was a wonderful surprise. I thank you. Ziggy, Charlie Ziggy Olsen, my old roommate. I was actually at Video Game Day 33 when I did this, which is where he just sets up a whole bunch of video game consoles from original Nintendo all the way to PS5, and you just it's amazing. You just play all these games that I never got to play. It was awesome, and a former roommate. It was great. Brenda Janish, I miss seeing you at the old Strange Tree parties. Joel, hey buddy, that's my brother-in-law. I walked through Portugal into Spain with him. More on that later, not in this, but at some point in my life. Joan Kurtz, Joan and Pat, again, I'm sure Pat was part of this. Thank you both. See you soon for German food. Chris Van Scapen, that's how that is pronounced. That's my wife's maiden name, and so I'm a pro at that. Thank you so much for contributing. Tell Wayne I say hi. Bruce says hi. Wayne and Kathy Hill, aunt and uncle. Can't wait to hear how Cuba was. Learn how to do it myself. Zach Sigelko. I remember how sad I was when we didn't see you for 4 years after you went away to college. You were awesome, and still love seeing you around, man. And now I'm done. Now I'm going to throw it to Tyler. All right.
Hello. Awesome. Let me scroll this bad boy down. I did.
Gotcha.
Thank you so much. Also, I just want to say, now that I have this chance, I want to say thank you so much. I feel that I don't want to block the words. It's so important that your name gets seen and known because you did this. Literally, we're here because you contributed. So again, I just want to say personally thank you. And on behalf of all of us, thank you so much. We had the disco ball going for this reason. We're making this happen this morning because we want to say thank you because we are so grateful that you've got to get your name out there. We got to start talking about you. So first on that list, Connor Brown, thank you so much. I shot your headshots a little while ago, and it was a wonderful melee of fun because you're the most yes and person I know, and I love that.
Thanks, Connor.
Hey, thanks, Connor. You're the best. Ross says hey. Derek Cox, thanks so much for contributing. That's so cool. I have met you randomly so many times in the periphery of life, and so this is very kind that you contributed. Thank you so much. Kirk Mason, hey buddy. Oh man, you had the coolest boots in that movie, and that's a thing I remember. And so thanks so much for contributing. Nifa Sims, hello. Thank you for contributing. Also, big Stevie fans in the house, which is great. We're all fans of Stevie over here, so thank you for contributing that way as well. Tim Lukey and Keely Leonard, you two, I've had so many special memories with both of you. Thank you so much for contributing. Tim Lukey, that reference on the Post-it notes that one night we were down in at the bottom of an apartment building dancing to Fatboy Slim at midnight in Wrigleyville. And I remember it's one of my favorite Chicago experiences because just two grown men unfetteredly dancing in the street, and it was lovely. Thank you for that memory. It's there forever. Peter Corey, I just saw you and it was so great to catch up with you because you're like a part of me. Like I feel like that reflex energy comes around forever and that fun time spirit of like early gritty Chicago days. Thanks for contributing. You're the best. Danny Smith, Martin, you're like, every time I see you, I hug you really, really hard, and there's a reason for that. It's because you're a big part of who I am. So thank you so much for contributing funds to this thing. Thomas Murray, thank you. You are a champion above all human beings. So many people know Thomas in this room.
I know Thomas.
What a small world. What a small world. Exactly. That's amazing.
I know Thomas.
You're the best, Thomas. Yeah, this is a tag team effort. Rainey Armstrong, you're the best as well. Thank you so much for contributing to this movie. This is awesome. This is fun just to go through these people and praise them. Jill Wesley, you're amazing. You're the absolute best. I love running into you in life. Please, let's do that again soon. That's on me. I'll jump in. I'll make that connection point happen. Abby Glister, just finish your headshots. They're in your gallery. I'll send them to you right now. Yay!
Hi, Abby.
and Ross says hello. Laura Sharp, I can't wait to run into you at Mariano's at 9 p.m. because we know that's the perfect time to go to avoid everyone. So thank you for that hot tip. I'm going to make that happen for sure. Another shout out to Julia Rowley who donated twice. We have a super fan named Julia, and Julia's the best in the world. And thank you so much for contributing.
Thanks, Julia.
And then I believe last on my list right here is, oh yeah, I've got a couple more left. Yeah, so Khaki Pixley. Business partner, makeup artist. She's so much. She's like a part of who I am. Thank you so much for contributing. You're the best. Next on that list, the D'Angels. How can we forget the D'Angels and what they did to this road? Ow! That one's for Jeff. Because we didn't know how to write that out. Can I tell you, there was an email thread of us trying to how do we go, ow? Because we all know how to do it, but we don't know how to write it.
I looked it up in a Yahoo email from 2011.
So Ross did archaeology, apparently, to find the answer to that question. So Jeff and Becky and the little one, this is for you. Thank you so much. Jasper? Oh, that's
pretty
wonderful. They love that. Also, any baby name is great. But also, Becky, Jeff, you're the best. Thank you. Also, I want to shout out to John Stockstill. And you can hold me to it because I'll see you soon. We're doing a tag soon, and I can't wait. Big into Barbershop Quartet.
Oh,
there it is. Yeah, so tags are like the things that you sing, like they're the melodies.
Really?
Cool. Just a little bit of information out there. So yeah, he's so good at barbershop. And so a shout out to my brother and sister Lauren Core. They're the best. I just want to give a shout out right there because they have been helpful for me in 1,000 ways in life, but they contributed to this financially, and that means a lot too. And so I just want to say thank you, but also I can't ever thank you enough for all that you've done for me in my life. So thank you for that, for sure. And then the last one on my list is Vanessa Larson. Thank you so much for giving us a donation. And let me bring everyone back in. On this note, I just want to say thank you again from us. We're going to talk about next steps here in a second and what we're doing. We just literally, this is sandwiched in the middle of a production meeting. Our first pre-production meeting. We're having a blast with it, and we're going for it. So thank you so much for that. And I'm going to turn it over to Jake.
Just in case, I don't know if Grace Rex was on there, but Grace Rex.
Grace, that was today. Grace,
yes.
Thank you. We just saw that this morning. Grace is the best human being in the world. And one of, just my favorite people to photograph because I never know what's going to happen. And that chaos mystery is one of the best, highest compliments I can give to someone. So way to go, Grace. You're the best. All right, now Jake, go for it.
All right, so that is it. There are technically 2 more days left in the campaign. So if you're watching this and you think, hey, I want to contribute, there's still time. From here on out, we have basically there's a lot more steps to do, including shooting this thing. But you know what? This was what we needed to achieve escape velocity, to go from daydreaming to actually being here now. And it's because of you, and I don't think I'll ever stop thanking you all for it. So we got to get to work, and thank you. And stay tuned, because we'll be sharing a lot with you here and elsewhere.
Thank you.
Thank you. We did it.